Nagdait sa tanan and welcome back to Practical Research 1. Before we proceed to our next lesson, let's first have a review. Kindly pause the video without looking at your notes. Please answer the question, what is research? Pause the video. Once you are done answering, you may play the video again. You may pause the video now. I will assume that you already have your answer. As a sort of review, research refers to a systematic way of gathering data in order to provide solution to a certain problem. And it is done by a scholar. Scholar refers to those educated people. It is not limited to professionals, it also refers to students. Today, our lesson is all about the foundations of qualitative research, followed by our objectives. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to discuss the importance of qualitative research in general, explain the importance of qualitative research in daily life, explore the strengths and weaknesses of qualitative research, consider qualitative research from different fields of inquiry, and overview some qualitative research designs. So remember that we are focusing on qualitative research right now because that is the nature of our subject. This is the nature of practical research 1. Next semester, for practical research 2, you'll be talking about the quantitative research. Let's start with the general importance of qualitative research. It is divided into the following. Qualitative research helps explore problems in depth. So, we talk to people and observe them to try to understand them well. When they tell us something, we can quickly assess the truth about what they say by observing their facial expressions and body language. QRL or qualitative research is useful when statistics are not able to solve the problem. So when the problem is cannot be solved by numbers, so we can generally go to or proceed to qualitative research. QRL helps solve complex problems. The world we are living in now has become too complex. Every year that goes by, the world becomes more complex. So, this is reinforced by scientific and technological advance, globalization, climate change, and worldwide population growth. QRL allows the researcher to ask follow-up questions. When you conduct a research, you usually have a set of multiple choice questions. Everyone is required to select only among the options that the researcher pre-planned. In QRL or qualitative research, you can ask pre-planned questions and follow them up with other questions based on the answers of the research participants. QRL helps understand people's emotions and experience better. With QRL, we are able to talk to people, hear their joys and their pains, see how they behave in natural setting, and ask them why they behave like that. We can see things as they happen so that we can explore their emotions. Let's now proceed to the 5 major strengths of qualitative research. It allows researchers to observe people in their natural setting. So, you can conduct QRL in a classroom, community, office, home, hospital, and so on. It helps address issues from a holistic perspective. So, with QRL, we can explore a complex problem, try to understand and solve it more fully. Next, it allows the researchers to collect data from different sources. So let's proceed. It gives a voice to the research participants. So QRL is personal. We hear people's stories, their life experiences, and what they mean to those individuals. It gives more satisfaction than quantitative research. So it deals directly with human experience. As people share their stories with you in your research project, you feel the need to present their stories and their experiences faithfully in your report. So you feel satisfied by the work you do because it is personal, not impersonal. 5 major weaknesses of qualitative research. So, syempre, if not tayo strength, let us also be honest with the weaknesses of this research design. The first one, it can take quite some time. So, sa pagkandak palang daan, qualitative research can be it needs more time compared to quantitative research. Basically, you are dealing with different people with their own experiences, and there are times that you might give follow-up questions. So remember, not everyone has the same experiences, and because of that reason, you might be able to take extra time during the interview. Aside from that, during the data analysis, you also need to comprehend and read every single line or replay the video taken in order to have a more comprehensive and understanding of the answers or the data that we gathered. It is complex for the obvious reasons. It has no formula to follow. So because of this, we are not guided on how to proceed with the data gathering. It requires more patience because basically it needs time. It needs more trial and error, and there are cases that we still need to gather more documents, more informations that we plan to gather. It is focused on a local problem. Importance of qualitative research in daily life. So it is possible that you used to be afraid of the word research, considering the fact that it has a very bad reputation, especially to students. So it actually, qualitative research requires skills that are very basic. So for example, talking. We do talking every day to communicate, but did you know that talking is a very vital, is an asset in the world of research? Especially when conducting the research, you can use with the use of the right vocabulary, you can reach out to people and help ask them to share the experiences, which is beneficial for both you and the researcher. Listening. So, syempre, kung naay mo storya, dapat maayo pud ta mo maminaw. Especially when it comes to qualitative research, we are dealing with different people with their own experiences. So, listening is a very good asset that we need to possess in order to become a very effective researcher. And I believe that we already possess this kind of attitude. Showing courtesy. So, this refers to ethics and values, being having, what do you call this? It is about being moral and professional in a way that it shows values to our fellow individual. Reading and writing. So this is a very basic definition. No? Let's proceed. Taking pictures and also taking and watching videos. So technically, students, especially in your generation, are very familiar with taking pictures as well as taking and watching videos. So I do not need to expand this one. Let us proceed to the next slide. Qualitative research. Sorry, natabunan siya, no? Qualitative research across different fields of inquiry. So, I forgot to put here, but take note na lang that qualitative research was actually first used, or it actually started on sociology and anthropology. So, it is not uh, research cannot only be useful in the field of teaching or for students, it can be used in different professional fields such as anthropology, economics, education, engineering, hotel and restaurant management, law, medicine, political science, religion, sociology, okay, and sociology. And aside from that, there are lots of other professions wherein research is very vital that is not mentioned here. What I'm trying to emphasize, or my point here, is that research is very useful in different fields. No, maskin asa ta nga kurso naagitay research. Maybe dili lahi lang ang term nga gamit, but in the end, the process is the same with research. Brief overview of some qualitative research design. So we have here a case study. It is one of the most commonly used QLR design. You use case study if you want to understand one or few institution, process, individuals, or phenomena in depth. For example, if you wish to know what makes business so famous, so you could study that business by interviewing the manager, the workers, the staff, even um, the customers. Then ethnography. So ethnography, it is used to describe the culture of a people, a community, an organization, or a country. Whenever you wish to understand cultural values and practices of a group, your best design is ethnography. Phenomenology. This design originated in philosophy. It can be carried out from at least two different perspectives. So, some people simply use it to describe the intense lived experiences of people. Action research is used when you have a specific problem in your field of expertise that you need to understand, generate solutions for, or test those solutions to improve the way you do things. So basically kaniya tong, if ever kanang ginahimo nato sa school na research, it also belongs to either action research or case study. Content analysis. This design can be used if you have some documents that you want to explore to understand a certain problem. For instance, you can decide to use newspaper to understand the type of content that is commonly published in a community. So that would be the end of lesson 3. I do hope that you learn a lot, especially on the nature of qualitative research. I know that the topic is very wordy today, but I hope that you at least captured the meaning of qualitative research. In a way, I do not expect you to understand easily everything those information. All I want for you is to know the process and how important it is that we can apply qualitative research in our daily living. And for that, thank you class for coming, and I hope that you will be able to answer our activities that is posted in your GenU account. Be sure to answer that on or before the deadline. And once it expires, you'll no longer be able to answer that. So I do hope that you will do your best, and I hope to see you again next meeting. Thank you class for coming, and goodbye.